What's up, guys? You know what it is. It's Chris. Welcome back to my reaction channel. Today we're gonna pick up where we left off before. My Immortal Part 2 by Internet Historian. You know the drill, guys. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button for post notifications. If you have any suggestions, comment down below. If you want to see more of my reaction videos, check out my playlist. With that being said, let's get into the intro.
NordVPN did a thing, and now video happened. Chapter 16. We ran happily to Hogsmeade. There we saw the stage where Good Charlotte had played. We ran in happily. My Chemical Romance were playing Helena. I was so fucking happy. Gerard looked even sexier than he did in depictions. Even Draco thought so. I could totally see him getting an erection.
What?
I was wearing a black leather mini dress and black leather platinum boots with red ripped fishnets. Draco was wearing a black baggy MCR t-shirt and black baggy pants. Anyway, we stated motion to Helena. We Frenched. We ran up to the front of the band to stage dive. Suddenly, Gerard pulled off his mask. So did the others. We gasped. It was Volsimort and the Death Dealers.
Fuck, bro.
You moronic idiots! He shouted angstily. Inobi, I told you to kill Vampire. Thou have failed. And now I shall kill thou and Draco.
No,
please.
We begged sadly, but he took out
The
his
voiceover though,
Suddenly,
goddamn.
a gothic
this
old man
guy.
flew in on a broomstick. He had long black hair and a long black beard. He was wearing a black robe that said Avril Lavigne on the back. He shot at a spell, and Voldemort ran away. It was Dumbledore. Chapter 18. Author's note. I said stop flaming. If you do, then you are a prep. Thanks to Raven for the help
Fucking
and
prep,
stuff.
bro.
You rock. And you are
Stop
not.
blaming her.
Thanks
Fucking
for my
prep.
sweater. P.S. The other reason Dumbledore swore is 'cause he trin to be gothic, so dear. I woke up the next day in my coffin. I walked out of it and put on some black eyeliner, black eyeshadow, and blood bed lipstick. The night
What's
before,
up with
Draco
gothic
and I
people
went
doing
back
that
to the
thing, you
skull.
know?
Get it? Skull, because I'm gothic and like death. Dumbledore chased Voldemort away. We flew there on our brooms. Mine was black, and the broom stuff was blood red.
The broom stuff.
There was lace all over it. Draco had a black MCR boom. We went back to our rooms and we had you-know-what to a Lincoln
So I have
Park.
customizable
Well,
room
anyway,
now,
I went back to the Great Hall. There, all the walls were painted black and the tables were black too. But you could see there was pink pant underneath the black pant. There were posters of poser bands everywhere, like Ashley Simpson and the Backstreet Boys. What the f***? I shouted. Vampire, Dracula, and Draco came.
bro.
We started to talk about who was sexier, Mikey or Gerard Way, or Billy Joe Armstrong. The boys joined in because they were bi.
Those guys are so f***ing hot. Naval was saying, as suddenly a gothic old man with a black beard and everything came. Dumbledore?
We all gasped. What the fuck? I shouted angrily. I thought he was just
Pause.
wearing that.
Yo, Internet Historian. This is so good, you know, the way you make contents, the sound effects and shit. So good, you know what I'm saying? It's not even halfway through and I'm like, bro.
To scare Volsimort.
Hello, everyone, he said happily. As you can see, I gave the room a makeover. What do you think about it?
Okay.
Everyone from the poser table in Gryffindor started to cheer. Well, we goths just looked at each other, all disgusted, and shook our heads. We couldn't believe what a poser he was.
By the way, you can call me Albert. He called as we left to our classes. What a f***ing poser! Draco shouted angrily as we to transformation.
We were holding hands. Vampire looked really jealous. I could see him crying blood in a gothic way. Get it? Like Gerard. But I didn't say anything.
I bet he's having a midlife crisis, Willow shouted.
I was so fucking angry. Chapter 20. I said I don't care what you think. Stop flaming, okay, preps. Thanks to Raven for the help. Oh, yeah, and by the way, I'll be on vacation in Transylvania
Oh,
for the
he's
next
from
3
America?
days, so do not expect updates. I slit my wrists while I moshed MCR in my bedroom all night.
I don't know
feeling
my
excited.
geography shit, bro.
Suddenly, someone knocked on the door.
Whatever.
I got all mad and turned it off. But sacredly, I hopped inside that it was Draco so that we could do it again. It was Lupin. Are you gonna come with me or what? I yelled. I was allowed to say that
Damn
because Dumbledore had told us to be careful around him and Snape since he was a pig.
No, actually. Get it? Hell. Can I borrow some condoms? He growled angrily.
Yeah, so you... Huh? I shouted sarcastically.
He said, go away.
Well, anyway, I put
The
on some black
amount of
eyeshadow,
cursing
black
in
eyeliner,
this
and some black lipstick
fanfiction
and
is
white
like-
foundation. Then I went.
God
Then I
damn.
gasped. Snake and Lupin were in the middle of the empty hall, doing it, and Dobby was watching.
Boss, what the fuck? What the fuck? This is so random. It came out, bro. I should have not expecting anymore of this fucking fanfiction, but it irritates me so much. At the same time, it's so funny. Bro, what the fuck? At least have some sense in the story.
Oh
too.
my god, you ludicrous idiot!
You guys
They
are
both
idiots.
shooted angrily when they saw me.
Dobby ran away crying. Normally, I would have been turned on. I love seeing guys do it. But both of them were f***ing preps. What the fuck? Is this why you
What the
wanted
fuck is
condoms?
prep,
I
though?
asked sarcastically.
Ah.
See, I spelled that.
God damn.
Only you wouldn't give them to me, Lumpkin shouted angrily.
Well, you should have told me, I replied.
You dimwit. Snake began to shoot angrily.
And then I took out my black camera and took a pic of them. You could see that they were naked and everything.
Well, excuse me. Well, excuse me. They both shouted angrily. What was that all about?
It was to blackmail you, I snarked. So now next time you see me doing it with my boyfriend, you can't fucking rat me out, or I'll show this to Dumbledore. So f*** off, you bastards. I started to run. They chased me, but I threw my wound at them, and they tripped over it. Well, anyway, I went outside and there was Vampire, looking extremely fucking hot. What the fuck? Where'd Draco? I asked him.
Oh, he's being a fucking bastard. He told me he wouldn't come, Vampire said, shaking his head. You wanna come with me? To the concert?
Then, he showed me his flying car. I gasped. It was a black car. He said his dogfather, Sirius Black, had given it to him.
God damn.
The license plate on the front said MCR 666 on it. And the license plate on the back said, Inobi. I gasped. We flew to the concert hall. MCR were there, playing.
Oh.
Vampire and I began to make out, moshing to the music. I gasped, looking at the band. I almost had
I'm
an
holding my
orgasm.
laughter right now, like,
And
I'm
then
holding myself.
I heard some crying. I turned and saw Draco crying in a corner.
Ooh.
Author's note. F*** you, okay? You fucking suck. It's not my fault if it's spelt wrong, okay? Cause Dad Raven, cause it fuck you preps. Was Soz Raven Fangs for the help. By the way, Transylvania
Jesus,
rocks.
horrible
crap.
grammar, bro. Fuck.
I got to go to the castle
Disgusting.
where Dracola was filmed. Draco was crying in the common room. Draco, are you okay? I asked in a gothic voice.
No, I'm not, you fucking bitch! He shouted angrily. He started to run out of the place in a suicidal way.
I stated to cry, because I was afraid he would commit suicide.
It's okay, Anobi, said
It's okay, he's a vampire.
I'll make him feel better.
You mean you'll go him, won't you? I shouted angrily. Then I ran to get Draco. Vampire came too.
Draco, please come. He began to cry. Tears of blood came down his pale face.
I was so turned on, because I love sensitive bi guys. If you're a homophobe, off. And then, we heard some
You
footsteps.
fucked up, girl.
Vampire got out his black
Goddamn.
invincibility cloak. We both got under it. We saw the janitor, Mr. Norris, there, shouting angrily with a flashlight in his hand.
Who's there? He shouted angrily.
We saw Filth come.
What?
He went under the invisibility cloak and started to meow loudly.
Is anyone there? Yelled Mr. Norris. No, preppy little poser son of... Vampire said under his breast in a disgusted way. Excuse me? Excuse me? Who said that? Yelled Mr. Norris. Then he heard Filch meow. Filch, is there anyone under the cloak?
You just...
Yes. Filth nodded.
And then, Vampire Frenched me. He did it just as Mr. Norris was taking off the cloak.
What the? He yelled.
But it was too late, because now we were ruining away from him. And then we saw Draco crying and busting into tears and slitting his wrists outside of the school. Draco, I cried, are you okay?
I guess, though. Draco wept.
Draco and I decided to watch Lake Placid on the gothic red bed together. As I was about to put in the video, my eyes rolled up, and suddenly I had a vision of something that was happening now. Ad begin.
Ad time, guys. Yo. This is so good, bro. I'm gonna check out whoever I
What's
see
that?
shit
That's
on
the
internet.
FBI. We've
You
just
know,
sent a record of your internet
let's see if
history
the
to your
grammar is,
family and
like,
friends and
fucked up
acquaintances
like
for them
it
to
was
laugh
in it.
at. Now your life is
Goddamn.
over. This wouldn't have happened if you had got NordVPN. Keep those degenerate websites a secret. Look at this guy.
Degenerate
He
websites.
uses NordVPN. Look how happy he is. He's fucking ecstatic. It's so simple and clean. There's no complicated setup or technical stuff. It comes with unlimited bandwidth. You can even access international content. For example, let's go to Japan. Oh dear. It took me almost 2 months to make
Hey guys,
these videos
you
and it
could,
wouldn't
like,
have been possible
skip this
without
up, you know what I'm saying?
VPN.
You get access to more content, and I get a kickback when you sign up. So remember to smash that link button with your parents' credit card in the description below. But what is a
Yeah.
VPN, you may ask? Ad over. Chapter 22. Well, anyway, I woke up the next day. I was wearing black lacy leather pajamas. Then,
Dress
found
montage.
standing in front of me were Bloody Mary, Vampire, Diablo, Draco, Dracula, and Willow. I opened my crimson eyes. Willow was wearing a tight black leather top with pictures of bloody roses all over it. Vampire was wearing a baggy Simple Plan t-shirt.
What's happening?
So were Crab and Goyle. Oh my fucking god, I yelled it as I jumped up. Why the f*** are you all here?
Inobi, something's really f***ed up, Draco said.
Okay, but I need to put on my clothes first, I shouted angrily.
It's alright. We have to go now, and you look kawaii anyway. You're so beautiful, Draco said in a sexy voice.
Whew, I'm gonna slap the fuck
right,
out of you.
I said, smiling. But you have to tell me why you're being all erective.
I will, he said.
So I just put on some black eyeliner, black lipstick, and red eyeshadow, and white foundation. Then I came.
Jesus
We
Christ.
all went
bro.
outside the Great Hall and looked in from a window. Inside the Great Hall, we could see Dumbledore. Cornelia Fudge was there shouting at Dumbledore. Doris Rumbridge was there too.
You are not fit to be the principal any longer, yelled Rumbridge. You're too old, and your Alzheimer's is dangerous. You must retry, or Voldemort will kill your students.
Very well, Dumbledore said angrily. But
The voice,
cannot
bro.
do this.
God damn.
we
It
cannot
gets me so
close
much.
the school. There is only one person who is capable of killing Voldemort, and she is in the school. And her name is Inoni Darkness Dementia Ravenway.
Draco
Fucking hell, bro.
Draco Crab, Goyle, Darkness, Vampire, and Balloon
God
Mary
damn.
looked at each other. I gasped. Chapter 23. Author's note. Shut the up, bitch.
sums up this whole thing the best.
I opened the door, and Professor Rumbridge and Cornelia Fudge stopped out angrily. I ate some Count Chocula and drank some blood from a cup. Then I heard someone shooting angrily. I looked behind me. It was Vampire. He and Draco were shooting at each other.
I wanna shit next to her. No, I do, shouted. No, she doesn't fucking like you, you son of a bitch, yelled Draco. No, you. She leaves me, not you, shouted Vampire.
And then he jumped on Draco. No, not in that way, you perv. They started to fight and beat up each other. Dumbledore yelled at them, but they didn't stop. All of a sudden, a terrible man with red eyes and no nose flew in on a broomstick. He had no nose and was wearing a grey robe. All of the glass in the window fell apart. Brittany, that prep, started to cry. Vampire and Draco stopped fighting.
Fucking prep, Britney.
I stopped eating. The room fell silent. Voldemort.
Eboby! Ebony! He said evilly in his raspy voice. Thou hast failed your mission. Now I shall kill thou, and I shall kill Vampire as well. If thou dost not kill him before then, I shall kill Draco too.
Please, don't make me kill him. Please. I begged.
No, he laughed crudely. Kill him, or I shall kill him anyway. Then he flew away cackling.
I bust into tears.
To be continued. God damn. Bro. Yo. That, God damn. That's funny. It's the last one, you know. Because the last one got my stomach hurt. For real. Got my stomach hurt. Had been laughing for like half an hour. You know what I'm saying, bro? But hey. Anyway, guys. I just want to say that whoever I say shit, he or she, he needs some help, for real. You got your fucked up. Might as well say. Anyways, you know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button for post notifications. Also, comment down below if you have any suggestions. Yeah, I'll see you soon.